Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. I know we're in the beginning of December now, but I thought that I would do a last minute Christmassy sort of card, but it could go for any other time of year as well. I'm using this absolutely gorgeous stamp from Lavinia. So these are Lavinia stamps. This one is called Star, and it's LAV841, one of her fairly new ones, and it is just the most gorgeous image. And I'm going to use some of these to sort of do a wreathy type thing round it, and then I'm using the tiny, there's a lantern there, and then there's a lovely little lantern here as well, which is called Mini Fairy Lantern, and that's LAV588. So just lovely little stamps. So we're going to stamp this one off first of all. So I'm just going to take it off of its sheet and pop it in on a large block. So I want to just put her in like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to use VersaFine Black because that for me is one of the best inks to be able to get a good image. And what you need to do is to literally just make sure that you've got as much ink as you can. Do it on a couple of different directions, and then what I tend to do is I want to have this in sort of as much as the center as I can, so I'm going to do it about there. And then what I tend to do is I will turn round and pick the whole thing up. You can use a positioning tool, you can use what do you call them, foam pads underneath, you can use copy paper underneath, but if you just hold it with one hand so it doesn't move and push it with the other, because it's a very thick acrylic, photopolymer, whatever it is, it means that it stays fairly accurately on there. So when you then take it off, you've got an absolutely beautiful image on there and you don't have to worry about it all. So I'm just going to clean off. I'm a little bit high on there, but I think that that'll be fine. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a clean up. So I don't like having my stamps looking grubby. So I'm just going to give that a quick clean up. But you can see what a beautiful, beautiful little image it is. I just think it's lovely. So I can keep it on the block for now, actually, and I can do it all at the end. So that's our image. Now what I want to do is I want to take some of these as like little branches and take them round the side. I'm just wondering if this is going to be a little bit big and whether I should use something else. Just going to see whether I think it'll be all right. I think we're just going to have to be a bit, rather than wreath-like, it's just going to be in sort of little areas. So I'm going to put it on here because I don't want to have the stem in. I just want to have the leaf part. Again, I'm going to do it in, am I going to do it in, yes I am, I think. I was going to say, shall I do it in green? I might do it in green, actually. Or do I do it? No, I'm going to do it in black and then I can colour the bits in. It's me dither-dathering, but it's one of those things of looking to see. Okay, so I'm doing it on here and you can see all of this part. And then I'm just literally going to take it down in that corner like that. That's nice. Doing it on both bits because I know some of it's going to come out and some of it's not. So I want to have this one sort of coming in down here as well. Oh, that's nice. Yes, it does sort of work to come all the way around the side on there. So then I'm going to do it in, let's take it round that way. So we've got it as if it's continuing to sort of grow on each other. Let's take that on there. Now, I just have to be careful of those bits down there because otherwise they'll get quite mucky, but I think we'll be all right because I am inking it right across because I'm not quite sure how far across I want to take it. So if I take that in on there and bring that one down like that, that's lovely. And then I want to bring this one down. And we'll bring this one down in across like this. Like that. Let's just bring that round. Have to clean it up in a minute. Oh, okay, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Now I need to do it at the bottom. So you've got all of these sort of little branches and twigs and things coming on, and this is lovely. This is called, I think, vine. Is it called vine? We have a look. Vine branch, but it's lovely. You don't have to use the whole thing as I'm doing. I'm just literally trying to bring it across. Now this is going to grow from this part, isn't it? So we'll take it in like that. Bring it right underneath where her feet are. And then we'll have the last bit. I'm going to have to do something just in that little corner. But we're going to do some colouring and things. So let's take this one to come in from there. That can just go straight across like that. And then I just need to put a little, there we go, little sprig coming out of there. Okay, so I need to clear that up because I'm going to get black everywhere. But that's given her a nice place to sort of sit and sort of stand on there. I'm going to put a little bit of grounding on there, I think, but that I think looks lovely on there. Don't think I want, you see, I've got that little tiny one here, haven't I? Should I put that in over where her feet are? No. No, I'm not. I'm going to clean that up and I'm going to do something else in on there just to give her a little bit of grounding when we get to that stage. But that's given us the branches and things in there which we want. So I'm just going to take that one off for now. Put it on there. And as I say, this one is called vine branches. So really rather nice. So I can put that on there and I'm just going to put that one up in there. Now this is the little, and these are the little tiny pound stamps, and it's virtually the same size, a little bit bigger, but I want to have this sort of hanging from various different branches. So I'm just, first time of using it, so I need to make sure that I ink it quite nicely. And we'll have one, I'm going to do it sideways because of my lights, but I'm going to have one just coming through on here. Oh, that didn't come out properly, did it? But am I going to get it back in again on here? I don't know whether I will. Yes, I will. Okay, so that's that one. Then I want to have another one in down on here. So it's going to be hanging through on the little branches. And we'll have one down on here. Like that. And we'll have one hanging in sort of that way. And then I think I need to have one sort of just in on the bottom there like that. Okay, I think that's fine. Don't think I want any more. And now we need to do a little bit of colouring. So I'm just going to clean that off so it's not grubby. And put that there. Now the colouring, because it's versifying, what I need to do is I want to do these little pieces here and the little hat. So I'm going to use my watercolour pencils, I think. Let me just reach those out. I've got alcohol markers and watercolour pencils, but I think I'm going to use my watercolours. They're going to shake just a little bit as I get them out above my camera, because then it's just going to shake the tripod. So these are Derwent Inktense. As you know, I've used them a lot, but they are very, very bright. So I'm going to have a bright red. Let's where am I going to put these? I'll put them down on here actually. So I've got this on, no I won't, I'm going to put these in on, just on a little bit of a tray in on here. I haven't got a huge amount of space on my desk at the moment because I'm doing all sorts of things. So just going to move that there, put that on there, then I can bring it over here. Now I'm not going to bring it in because I'm just going to do this quite quickly this time. So I'm just doing some red in on here, and I'm doing the whole lot in red because I'm going to, I'll show you why. Now we want a bit of red in on here, so I want some red in on these. Like that. Then I want some orange. So that red was the poppy red. This is the, can't even read what it says, tangerine. So this one is tangerine. I'm doing that round the sides of each one of these. And again, you can see I'm literally just scribbling it because the watercolour pen will do what I need to do, but I just want that reddy orange look to it, and then we'll have the yellow. Like that. And I'm just going to get a water pen, and I'm just going to colour the hat in. And as you can see, these are really nice, bright Inktense. They really are. They've got a hugely high pigment. So just coming up through on here. And then this one, I'm literally just blending it all in. Oops, went on the outside of that. Doesn't matter too much because I'm going to give it a bit of a, it's going to be a lantern. So they're all going to be illuminated. So I just want to give them a bit of a look like that. And that comes in there. Okay. So I can let those go. I don't think I put some yellow in that one, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so now we've got, I'm going to wait for those pieces to dry because you can layer the colours with the Inktense. So I've got this colour on first of all, and I'm going to leave that for a second while I then do the next part. Now, all of this fairy, I want her hair to be in just a brown this time rather than a yellow. So this is Baked Earth, and I'm literally just going to take some of the colour, just bring it down like this, not very much, and just then blend that in up on here. So her hair just sort of wisps in, wisps out like that. Okay, now the wings, I want a very pale blue on there. Let's have the iris blue. And again, all I'm going to do is just give a very, very, very pale amount on there. And then I'm just going to bring that in, and all I'm doing at the moment is just adding some little bits of colour in like that, and then on her skirt I'm just bringing in just a pale amount of green, because we're going to build it up, but just doing that just gives, and I'm only doing a tiny bit. As you've noticed, there's only a hint, so I just want a hint of colour underneath before we start building up. So just a hint on this skirt, like that. Okay, I do need to put a little bit of red on the bottom bit of her hat here. So I'm just going to add that in, and you'll see why I'm doing it like this and how it will all come in a minute. So we've got some very basic colour and things layering in. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take, and I need to get them from the drawer, so I'm going to take some of my Posca pens. And I have got sparkly Posca pens, and I'm going to use those ones today. I don't think I might need some white, so I'm going to stick some white on, but I don't think I need anything else. So with these, I want to have, it's going to be, we're going to have red and we're going to have green on her skirt, I think, because I'm going to keep it a little bit sort of Christmassy. So let me just do this and shake it, and then what I'm going to do is in all of these pieces here I'm just going to add some sparkly bits, and in on here it's just going to be dotted, but on the edges of these they're going to be coloured in, but these are lovely because they're sparkly. A few up in her body, so that's the green, and then I'm going to do it in the red. So again, just literally dot it about, and then make sure that you've got some of them down in on the end pieces. But you can see hopefully that it gives just the most beautiful sparkly twinkly little bits to her skirt. Now we can carry on. I'm going to do some yellow, because what I want to do is I want to add some yellow to the so this is some yellow coming in on here, which looks a little bit sort of gold like, so you just speckle it across. And then I'm going to put in here, just going to colour through on this lantern over the top with this yellow, which gives it sort of a really sparkly sort of glow to it. So that comes in over the top. Again down on the lantern here. Okay, so that's given a real sparkly look to there. Now on the hat, you know I said I haven't got the stripes of the hat, so it's just one colour, so it's not Christmassy. So let's take the white Posca. I'm going to have to do it up this way because I don't want to put my hand through on the other bits, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a white stripe through on every other one. Like that. So you can see you've got the white part of the hat coming in by just doing it with a Posca pen. So it doesn't take you too long to do it, which is good. Okay, now we want to do on these little branches, and again I'm going to do it the sparkly one. I'm just going to take in on some of these branches. Just want to take them so that they're green. And I'm trying to do it quite carefully because I'm going to be colouring over it afterwards to give some shadowing, but it does dry fairly quickly. It's a bit like an alcohol marker, but it's not, they're water based. So just by doing this, you have your little bits of green coming in through the branches. And as I say, I'm just working my way round. Now I could have done it in the solid one, which is opaque so you can't see it through, but I think that this actually works okay. So I'm just, as I say, taking it all the way through, working my way round. And it's like everything, you know, spend a little bit more time than me. I am doing this quite quickly because I don't want the video to go on forever, although my videos do sort of tend to last a bit longer now than they used to, because it takes me longer to do cards, and I'm always turning around and saying, you know, watch in real time, because then you can see how long it will take you to do a card like this, rather than having to you know, take things round and things. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry just for a second. What I do want to do is I want to do a little bit of rounding on here, so I need to take out I don't think I need my pencils anymore. I think I'm going to use Poscas to do the branch bits of these, but I'm just going to put these back in here for a minute. So these are the sparkly Poscas, and you can get them from all sorts of places. I actually get them from my local DIY store, which has taken on another sort of store as well, so that works quite well. Okay, so I'm taking this, I might, in fact I do want to just give a little bit, I'm going to keep the yellow out because I want to do some like shadows round. I think I might not use that, I might use something else, we'll see. I'm going to keep it out for now anyway. Okay, so I just need to check and see, yes, that looks dry. So now I need to get my sponge daubers or my blending brushes. It really doesn't matter which ones I use. I might actually use my blending brushes to start off with because they're softer. So let's get some of those out. I've got one which will give me my greens and blues, and another one which will give me my sort of pinks on there, which is what I want. So let me have a look on colours. I want to choose a pink. I want a green. Whoops. And I want a blue. Let's start with that, shall we? That looks quite nice. So I think pink first. No, green. Green first, because we're doing the green around the edges. So let's just take this on here. And what I'm going to do is just take it from the edge and just take that round. And I might do it in the other corner as well, because I quite like that green. Okay, so that's going to be green. We might come back and use some more, but I like mixing the colours through. So let's take the blue next, and I'm literally just going to take it up from the brush on there and take it through on this corner. And then we can just sort of bring it in. Like that, and then let's do the blue from this corner. Bring it in like that a bit. Okay, now I want to try and take the pink, because I quite like mixing the colours in, because it makes it look really a little bit more ethereal. So that's the pink coming through. And take a little bit of pink round on here. And you can see how you can sort of blend it through together. So I've got just those bits coming in. Okay, so that's going to work like that. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So we've now got some nice sort of background colours in there. And then we can continue on with, she's still not grounded. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take, it's going to shine on the light. I'm going to put that back in. I'm just going to take this little piece on here because I'm going to get some scissors actually, because I'm going to use this afterwards, but I'm just taking it across so it's not sort of straight. So I can just put it just maybe across a little bit, just like that, to just give a little bit of grounding on here. So I can use any one of these brushes that I've got, and I'm just taking just a little bit on there, which is sort of, sorry, let's take it up like this. So we've just got a little bit on here. There we go. So that just gives her a little bit of something that she's standing on, just in that colour, which is fine. Okay, so now I need to go back to the Poscas, and I want to add some, we wanted some yellow around the lanterns so that the lanterns look as if they're lit. Now I think I'm going to do this with the yellow pencil, because I think that that's probably just going to give it. So I'm going to take it like that, and like that, like that. So you can see I'm not overly, I'm just literally scribbling. So you don't need to be overly precise with it. Just take it down like that. Take the water brush again, and we can just come in and do that. And then this one can come through and do that. That can come in and do that. That can come in and do that. That can come in and do that. Okay, so I'm going to wait for it to dry a little bit, like that. And then you've just got a little bit of light coming through on there. I want to add some more of the red and I want to have some little sort of like red berries on here. So I'm just going to do some little round berries. Just a few. I'm not even doing them on the leaves. I'm just sort of dotting them about. So we've just got a little bit of red coming in, and it's all in this sparkly one, which makes it look beautiful. So we've just got a few little berries. come through on there. I think that's probably about right. Whoops, make sure I don't smudge all of that one. I think I smudged one of them, but never mind. Okay, so that's given us that sort of really pretty ethereal type look. Now I want to take the white. So I want to have just a little bit of highlight in there. So on this, I'm just going to add just a little bit in on here. So just on the top bits, as if there's just a little bit of light coming through. And obviously on this one, it's going to have to come in right in just on the center like that. So you just have a little bit of highlight that just brings it through. I'm going to take, because I want it to be sort of like a little bit of a snowy type scene, so I'm just going to take some of this out through where her little feet are to just give it a little bit of a area that she was walking on, to just define it just a little bit. And then I want to add some splatters. So I'm going to do splatters in white because I want it to sort of be maybe a little bit snowy, if you wanted it a little bit snowy. I need something hard, so I've got my blending brush, and you can see I'm just getting a few little splatters on there, not a lot. And I'm also then just going to just give some little dots coming through like that. Now they're not going to show up that much, but I know if I use, let me get my thick ones out. So let's do my thick ones in white, and that will give a more of a sort of a snowy bit to it. So that's better. So I do like just having a little bit of splatter on there. And it gives that sort of, you know, real sort of ethereal little look to it, which is rather nice. And then I want to, says me, I've now gone and put that on. I've got to wait a few seconds for it to dry. But what I want to do is I want to get the, do I have black round the edge or do I have gold round the edge? I don't know whether the gold's going to show up that much. I think black. Okay, so I'm going to take black to go around the edge, and I think I might end up smudging some of this, but we'll have to see. So I just want to put a little, oh, that's silver. I don't think we want silver. Silver might actually work, but will silver work? It's difficult to tell, isn't it? Not sure. I'm going to put something around the edge, but I'm going to wait for it to dry. So you've seen me do them around the edges, so you don't need to really see that. What I am going to do is, let me get my card base that I've got ready. So what I've done is I've got some mirror card, which is cut. So this is a 5 1/4 inch square. I'm then going to put that in on there, which gives a real pop of sparkle on there. And then I'm going to put this on. I need to wipe that surface down, so I'm just going to hold it for you because I don't want the back of the card to come in. I'm going to put this on here, which just gives a little bit on the corner. So you can see by doing that, you've then got that look, but you've got the nice sort of red border, which ties in with the sort of the Christmassy hat. So I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to finish it off and you'll see it on the front screen, but I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.